First rule of online games. If you think something will be meta before release, you're probably wrong. While Crossworlds meta is still new as of making this video, it's evolved a lot over the course of 2 online betas and 1 month of full release. Let's talk about it. So, slight problem here. I don't own a PS5. And I only have 2 regrets about that. Not getting to play Astrobot, and not getting to play the closed beta. So I can't provide a first-hand account, but according to the fanbase, there wasn't much of a meta at this point anyway. How could there have been? It only ran for 3 days. But even here, the drift charge gadgets were popular, especially with fast level 1 charge only being 1 slot. Can you imagine that in the final game? And while ultimate charge existed here, I don't remember a lot of people using it. It just seemed like too much hassle to charge up for that long. Also interestingly, there are a few gadgets here that aren't even in the final game as of making this video, like ones that boosted speed at lower rings. Also notably, extreme gear, aka boost machines, weren't available in this test. But that was about to change. The open network test. Now here's where I enter the story. Other than proving the game would be amazing, this test saw the meta take its first baby steps, and those were ring gain. Lots and lots of ring gain. After all... Okay, that's enough theme song, you had your time in the E-Stadium video. Basically, the higher your rings, the higher your top speed. There's rings on the track, but everyone's going for those. And getting hit, and you will, cuts your rings significantly. So players ran bounty gadgets, which award rings for actions like slipstreaming or air tricking, to get rings faster and replenish losses. Some even ran 130 and 200 ring caps, until it was discovered that rings above 100 don't actually increase your speed. They're just a buffer in case you get hit. And most found bounty gadgets enough to get you back to 100. The most common one being... Okay, I'm never using Rouge for that again. Air Trick Adept and Expert make you air trick hilariously fast. But it was also quickly discovered that air tricks above 3 don't give a bigger boost when you land. Each one does trigger air trick bounty though, and people ran them just for that. Plus whatever drift charge gadgets they could fit in their leftover slots, because... extreme gear. If you look at any Legend streamers' VODs from this time, you'll see lobbies full of extreme gear. They're less stable than cars, but have massive boost stats, and can easily snake with fast level 1 charges. With this and ring bounties, boards were front-running all over the competition. It's hard to tell if the prevalence of extreme gear was new toy syndrome from them not being in the first beta, or if people genuinely thought they were good. It's probably a bit of both. Either way, Jet approves. But remember what I said at the start of the video? The open test is over and everyone cried. But we wouldn't have to wait long for the final game, at which point, Extreme Gear stocks fell off. I'm not sure if they were nerfed or people just finally noticed that Extreme Gear do not take hits well. At all. And in intense online races, you're getting hit a lot, so the stability of cars was favoured, especially handling ones. It's interesting because handling vehicles typically struggle in mascot kart races, but when Crossworlds says a vehicle handles, it handles. And taking turns tightly really speeds you up in this game. They also offset their bad speed with good boost stats, and boost would become the key of the new meta. Turns out level 4 charge is actually amazing! Maybe people looked at its description before and thought it was too good to be true. But then people realized they could block leader bomb items while front running, and never looked back.
It's no use!
Front-running really is the name of the game with this one, and I like that. I mean, anything that encourages you to actually race in a racing game. The build is simple, just stack every fast drift charge. The drift charge kit gives you level 1 and level 2 plus an extra handling, so it's worth using over those gadgets individually. Despite its simplicity, actually timing your drifts to block items takes some practice, though there's a way to make things easier that people discovered later. The early top 100 leaderboard was dominated by this, plus some holdouts from the air trick bounty era. And wait, what's this other gadget build? So, after a while, this also happened. This lets you hold 3 items instead of 2. This lets you switch items, meaning you're not forced to use your top item before the bottom one. And this raises the odds of wisps, most notably drills. And combined, they make bagging. Bagging, or sandbagging, for those who don't know, is exploiting the item roulette favoring lower positions by intentionally hanging back early in the race. You then hoard powerful items, catch back up, and unleash them all near the end. Now, I'm not going to morally judge you if you do this. Ultimately, this is just a cartoon racing game, and people should stop getting that mad about it. But I personally don't like bagging. It means you're not really racing for most of the race. And the item roulette is supposed to ensure the game is still fun even when you're behind, not to give die-hard play-to-win people even more to work with. But I will say, unlike a lot of other races, Crossworlds' gadget system ensures that you are giving up something to run a bagging build. No ring gain, and you really feel the lack of fast drift charge.
You're too slow!
But most crucially, you have no form of defense outside of items. And sure, there's a lot of invincible ones, but if you don't have a solo boost to sacrifice, you're forced to dump your drills, monster trucks, etc. whenever this warning appears. But what if you didn't have to? In these dark days of bagging, the frontrunners needed a miracle, a light in the darkness. And then one appeared. Technical drift was a kinda slept on gadget before. It charges your drifts faster at the cost of slipperiness. Basically, you drift like you're on ice. In theory, it's difficult but awesome, and top players could finally handle said difficulty. Ultimately, this gadget is just like learning a different handling class. Once you adjust, you can drive just as well with it as without, and you're rewarded with near at-will invincibility. What's also notable is with this, extreme gear made a bit of a comeback. They're not as omnipresent as in the beta, but their bad defense isn't an issue when you spend most of the race invincible. This is the ultimate front-running build, and as you know, I like front-running. I don't know what the future holds. Sega could nerf the invincibility, but right now, I'm okay with anything that's not bagging being on top. But you might notice something. I haven't mentioned character or vehicle meta. Besides the volatile extreme gear stocks, I've noticed there isn't really one. At least not yet. I don't remember how long it was before Mario Kart Wii became Funky Kong Bonanza, so we'll see. At high levels of play right now, you see a mix of speed, handling, and boost machines, with the occasional power, and pretty much every character you can think of. Characters just have such a small effect on your stats that you can do well with anyone, so legends just use their favorites. And in a mascot racer, this is nice. So that's been my deep dive into the evolution of the meta, its first month at least. Feel free to share any insights or observations in the comments. Maybe you'll like one of the builds in this video, please not the bagging one, and want to try it out. And if you've got a different gadget style that works for you, go for it. I recently found out about a power build using extended slipstream and quick recovery that's making the rounds. Like Sonic himself, Crossworlds is a game where you won't go wrong by following your own way. Unless you like acceleration cars, those kinda suck.